And welcome to another episode of Stock Talk. I am your host, Mike. And with me, well, it's me, myself, and I. I got a decent show planned for you today. I've got recent last week poppers of last week that some of these stocks you shouldn't ignore. Now, we're going to talk about is Lixte Biotechnology Holdings Incorporated. Last tick was $1.20. Going to the chart, not a bad chart, decent chart for the past year. Shorties got out, and then you saw some recent activity where we start to see some resistance popping up and then dropped out because you know how SeqLL Friday happens, and you can even speed on the highway. Everybody cashes out doing things like that. What would you say they do here? They're a drug discovery company that has developed unique proprietary and first-class protein photophase inhibitor, specifically LB100, their lead clinical compound. LB100 increases anti-tumor activity and immunotherapy. And the competition kind of trends towards the lead component, but we don't want to bury the lead with LB100. But let's go to the website, check it out, and I'll tell you a little more here. So with LB100 in this market, it's difficult to convince that LB100 works for all. Some people are skeptical and things like that. But so with the major breakthroughs and studies they've had, LB100 used a combination of standard anti-cancer therapies using cytotoxic drugs, radiation, and immune checkpoint blockers. The cell activates. All cell activators, they require switches, you know, like when you turn on a light switch, things like that. Well, the major driver of the cells is these defects in the cells. So LB100 inhibits the off switch, basically turns that off. It promotes cell growth, cell repair, and the T cells it gets that going again and tries to get that started there. Lixte has shown that this case of phase 1 clinical trial of LB100 inhibited to PP2A and was well tolerated with the doses associated with tumor shrinkage, the objection of regression, and the arrest of the tumor progression of advanced cancers. LB100 has shown a spectrum of human cancers and abnormalities for PP2A function. Coupled with standard cytotoxic drug or radiation therapies, the effectiveness of this regimen against hematologic cancers and solid tumors without enhancing toxicity, meaning, obviously that radiation therapy and things like that, they're combining that with the immunotherapy. In addition, recently showed that the low doses of LB100 significantly increases the effectiveness of PD-1 immune checkpoint blockade of activity cytotoxic T cells and CAR T cells. The addition with LB100 is a breakthrough way to enhance effective of anti-cancer immunotherapy. Their goal is to demonstrate that major cancers have that affect the largest populations, and also the vulnerable inhibition of PP2A, which is effective treatment based on the molecular vivo animal data. So their pipeline, they have several things in the pipes here, guys. We're talking the phase 1 of trial of LB100, which is the biggest. That is the biggest trials phase study that they are doing, and it's gaining progress. So with the myelodysplastic syndrome in progress, the Moffitt Cancer Center in Tampa, Florida, the randomized trials of the dioxyribonuclein with the LB100 line advance soft tissue of sarcoma in Spain led to the Spanish sarcoma group. In addition to the Cancer Institute, had initialized the pharmacological study of LB100 to the extent of penetration of recurrent brain tumors. You see several things in the pipes here. You have small cell lung cancer. That is huge in itself. Affects, unfortunately, lots of Americans and people worldwide. So they are past the preclinicals and they are into phase 2 of that. You have your soft tissue sarcoma STS, first line randomized. That's in phase 2 as well. And myelodysplastic syndrome, that's in phase 2. And Gelomos pharmacology, that's in phase 1. So you have several different things in the hoppers here, guys, that if you're new to stocks and things like that, please paper trade. Don't go in just because this is showing up on a promotion list, guys. I'm just going to tell you that straight up right now. You are seeing people gravitate to this on a promotion list. It did show up on Friday. That's why I think you saw some of your dump off. I'm sure people on stock twits are going to complain, shorties get out, things like that. But you can ride several waves over time if you want in this kind of economy. you could gravitate towards medicine if you want to take a hedge against some of your other stocks, some of your tech stocks, because they're getting hammered. So that it's something to look at, to put on your watch list, things like that. If you see not only just this company, but several other companies where they have several things in the pipes that they got cooking. So that's something that you want to think about right there. The biggest product, the number one product here is the LB100. So going in the pipes, they have well tolerated doses associated with anti-tumor activity, and their responses include objective regression tumor shrinkage in the last 11 months of pancreatic cancer and cessation growth of stabilization of disease for 4 months of the 9 other progressive solid tumors out of 20 patients who measured the disease. As the phase 1 clinical trials fundamentally designed to determine the safety of the new compound were encouraged with these results, the phase 2 clinical trials of LB100 have been well documented in their preclinical models. So that's where you want to see is with LB100 as far as that develops. Going on the Alphabet news, we have on Bazinga, we have Lixte Biotechnology stock jumps as lead program shows cancer killing activity in animal models. So you have that. They noted the scientists reported that 3 difficult to treat cancer types of the lead compound of LB100 combined with the inhibitor of WEE1 kinase cause unexpectedly effective cancer cell killing. So with that, you saw that decline on the charts. Let me see if it brings it up right here. We had it up there on. You can go back and go back on there. But you see, as you go back, you saw the dump off on Friday. Do not get discouraged by that. What that is the short sellers playing their damn games that they always play. Remember to stay the course. Don't give up. Don't be discouraged by any of that downtrend. That was the shorties getting out. Most surprising, when the cancer cells require resistance to this combination of therapy, they reduce cancer-causing capacity in animal models. The observation indicated that LB100 combined therapy can force cells to give up cancer-causing properties, drug resistance. CEO founder Lixte, the co-author report, said the treatment cells with Lixte's lead clinical compound LB100, rather than inhibiting, further stimulate signals that drive cancer cell proliferation, but paradoxically impeding cell proliferation. The authors show that LB100 with the inhibitor of WEE1, a regulative stress response to cell, leads to high efficient cancer death in 3 hard treatment cancer models: colorectal, pancreatic, and bile duct carcinoma. That is huge in itself. Those are 3 diseases that are very bad, and if they're getting on that, it's gonna keep on making progress as long as these scientists can do what they have to do there. So and push forward there. The combination of LB100 with WEE inhibitors suppresses the growth of patient-derived tumors. Refractory to conventional therapies was associated with the modest toxicity in animal models. Let's go on to StockTwits, because that's where the real traders are at, and check out what the real traders are saying about this, not just what the Alphabet News is saying. Going on to StockTwits, because that's where the real traders are at. We have Huron brings in a good tape. Only institution buying will decide the fate of this compound or take over from Big Pharma. Because if something good goes and happens, Big Pharma is going to jump on this faster than what you could say Jack Robinson there. Going on to Huron says, Huron also says 18 million market cap preclinical study, likely that at least 100 million value. He's coming in hot there, and he says $300 in US times share will probably be acquired long before that. Good luck to all. So TradeX Incorporated says, why is the recent drop in some of these crazy runs last week at the dollar support level? I only reported this comment as far as I'm only talking about this comment because you did see a TradeX on your Plus membership. Appreciate you making the comment here. The observation is that this did show up on a promotion list. So a lot of people saw this, and then shorties got out. The problem is with some on the promotion list, when they go out, the rookies go in, they get in at a late moment, and then sometimes they also they don't realize what they do, and then they sell off. So you have rookie traders also causing some of these messes as well as shorters. So you have a combination of both when you have these promotion lists go out. One says the news of LB100 is effective cancer cell is too significantly too significant for analysts to ignore. I think we should expect some coverage inhibition of the price target soon. I think $4 to $6 level. Stay on the research there. You also, the next stock we have is SQL. SQL last tick was $1.32. Going to the year-to-date chart, it seems about normal, and all of a sudden you get a breakout session. We're going to find out in the Alphabet News what we have, why this is trending, and why we have this breakout session here. So going on to what would you say they do here? They were founded in 2013 to bring a new breed of next generation sequencing NGS technology, true single molecular sequencing, to the research and healthcare communities by bringing the top level scientists and engineers with extensive expertise. SeqLL is uniquely positioned to address the gaps left behind for the standard sequencing technologies in RNA transcription analysis, specialty DNA analysis, and beyond. With this, guys, they're providing a leading edge in RNA and DNA sequencing, servicing, and instruments. Their exclusive true single molecular sequencing technology enables direct sequencing of millions of individual molecules. It involves PCR amplification at any stage process and offers straightforward sample prep protocols, and reflects sample composition without bias and loss diversity of rare species. Molecular sequencing is ideally suited for challenging applications, including low quality, difficult, or degraded samples such as cell DNA, FFP, isolated nucleic acids, DNA forensic samples, longer sequencing, and accurately assembled following shotgun sequencing using powerful alignment software. So going on to StockTwits, because that's where the real traders are at, we're going to see what some of the real traders are saying about this company. Well, there's going to be a lot of eyes here watching this week. Great gains made on both sides, taking a lot of look for significant support level to close price at 120 when it broke. And yeah, you'll see a little bit of dip again, like I said on the other stock that we covered last minute ago, was because of you had your promotion list go out. It showed up on a promotion list, and some people shorted out, and some of the rookies had problems and things like that because they don't know what they're doing, and they probably panicked when they saw people selling, and so they were like, "Oh, I'm losing money. I'll sell too," because that's what newbies do sometimes. Ace Dog is coming in hot here. He says, "Do not trust this stock. They're going to flush it today. The effing retailers are on the way and way down. Risk reward sucks here." Yeah, that's true. Some of the shorties got out. It might not be some of the retailers there either, just because some people that just didn't know what was going down and things like that too. So because it did show up on the promotions, these people get promotions out there. So just to give you a heads up there, I know some of you don't agree with that with promotions, but they are out there. Pet Ellen says, if compliance is met, this will attract heavy investors. Have a great weekend. Today is one of the terms of reaching compliance with the NASDAQ. With more specific news, it released about the FBI contract. Did not know about that. That's why I come to the twits. We'll be hearing this one touch $3. Been here since 2004 and not going to get out. See, that's why you can't get everything in the Alphabet News. The next stock we have is Vallon Pharmaceuticals. Vallon Pharmaceuticals last tick was 0.46 cents. Going to the charts, well, we had to dive off from April of 2022. We're not really going to talk about that anymore just because, well, things are going awesome, as everybody would say. Not. We're starting to see some resistance popping up, and things are changing and going around for this. Is this a blip in the system? Let's check in the Alphabet News before we go to the website and see what they got cooking. What would you say they do here? Vallon Pharmaceuticals is a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company focused on development and commercialization of novel abuse deterrent medications for CNS disorders. The company's lead investigative product candidate, Adair, abuse deterrent amphetamine intermediate release, is a proprietary abuse deterrent formulation of intermediate dextrotrophamine in development of the treatment of attention for deficit hyperactivity disorder, otherwise known as ADHD. Narcolepsy Adair is designed to deter attempts to crush and snort and provide barriers to injection. Leveraging the clinical success of dextrotrophamine, we are developing Adair through a streamlined 505B U.S. regulatory pathway, which is expected to obviate the need for phase 2 and phase 3 efficacy of safety studies. If approved, Adair is expected to be the first abuse deterrent intermediate release formulation of dextrotrophamine. So you can go to the pipes, check it out right now, and we'll see what they got. And as I said before, like the other ones, you can leverage these things based on their studies and based on news waves. Several things in the pipes, and as you can see, you can ride these news waves as they go out. They have ADARs in the clinical stages before it goes to NAD. They're in the proprietary pathway anticipated for the U.S. Then narcolepsy. They're in clinical stages in that. In Europe, they have partnered with MedIce and the formulation for ADAR Global. So as this goes forth and as different news breaks on their studies and as they have breakthroughs, you possibly are going to see a change in this as it goes forward. So that's something you want to check, is how are they progressing in the pipes as it goes along? And can you ride these news waves? And can you hedge against other stocks that are suffering? And maybe you can make a hedge with biopharmaceuticals. It might possibly be a safer play for you. One of the biggest, so we don't bury the lead in the whole stock, is that so leveraging through the clinical success of dextrotrophamine, they're developing ADAR through Streamline 505B, U.S. FDA-approved regulatory pathway, which is expected to obviate for the needs large of phase 2 and phase 3 efficacy safety studies. If approved, this is the lead right here, ADAR is expected to be the first abuse deterrent intermediate release formulation of dextrotrophamine. So the abuse deterrent formulation of metaphenolate, or otherwise known as Ritalin, they're advanced for novel abuse deterrent formulation, immediate release of the Ritalin. Ritalin is supposed to, another company, commonly prescribed stimulant for treating ADHD, is frequently misused and abused. They're currently completing the formulation development of ADMIR. Upon completion, that work will seek approval and begin human clinical studies. So that is huge in itself. And as you can see, you can go along and read about more. Most of us know what ADHD is. But if they're doing something with that, with helping people, helping children and helping people where some of these other, drugs and things that are going around that's not working, maybe there's something here where they can make this better for children and other people as well as adults suffering with this. Twits, because that's where the real traders are at. Guys, we go on to this because you have to cover some of the news that you're not seeing on the Alphabet News. First, I'm gonna fund you so hard says, even if a merger doesn't get PR on Monday, everyone knows it's coming. Look forward to Monday. Bullish. Matt says this should tank, but the stock market is crazy. Anything can pump. I can get you all to pump and make some money, and no more posts from me. Good luck. He is not right. That is, stock build 29 is correct. There is a lot of trash and a lot of things out there, so we cannot. I did not see this on a promotion list or anything like that. But there are the pumpers out there, and you have to beware. That's why if you're a rookie, you should go to paper trading so you don't get caught up on these things. One of Ricky Gutierrez's #1 rules is don't buy anything under $1. Don't trade anything under $1. It comes with too much risque. But some people, you just have to, you do what you do, and sometimes you get lucky, and it's a casino, like some people say. So beware if you are new. That's not knocking anybody that owns this. That is just saying that you got to beware if you are new to the newbies. Comfortable, I buy VLON with my rent money. That is, NLOP says that. Tradex Incorporated says, on watch, it holds the support levels, have a big run on Friday, maybe continuation next week. It is possible, just depends on those breakouts. We got to see some more breakouts from them. That is going to be the key with this. There's a massive loss Friday at the 4 p.m. close. Next, if we drop in the next 15%, finally whales begin to load up and begin. So yeah, some people are going to get on the cheap seats and things like that. So that's something to watch out for too. When Gamble says, when the bears are spreading their fear and negativity, you know it's going to fly. Tomorrow we crush the shorts. 29 says the merger was a smart move. Instead of losing your entire investment to bankruptcy, you will save some of it. And News Money says you may have News Money New York City says the people who had made money on are positive and drove it up 80 cents. We're going to see a pump pre-market to 25 cents. It's over, guys. So we'll have to see who's right. Is it the Bulls or the Bears? We're not sure. We covered some of it. We usually don't cover too many subs, but sometimes you have to cover them for why they are popping and things like that. We'll see you back tomorrow. Don't make it a dog show, and goodbye now.